Hello and welcome to today's new video. In this video, we will get introduced to Ktor, which is not just another HTTP framework, but it has much more to offer to it. Before we begin, allow me to introduce myself. My name is Rahul Ahuja and I work as a senior Android app developer. You can get in touch with me on LinkedIn and Twitter with the QR codes shown on the screen. For more such videos, like this video and subscribe to the MeetKotlin YouTube channel. You can also contribute to MeetKotlin Community. Reach out to us in the mail ID mentioned in the description of this video. We will be diving into a really interesting topic today. So let's get started with this video and know what is Ktor. Ktor is an open source feature-loaded plug-and-play HTTP framework for creating asynchronous client and server applications. It is built for modern web applications which demand multi-platform support, fast processing, and seamless user experience. But you might think, why plug and play? I would like you to park this question for now and we will go through it later in this video in depth. Now, let's check out the applications of Ktor. So the Ktor framework includes a multi-platform asynchronous HTTP client which allows us to make requests and handle the responses. The Ktor has a powerful client which supports mobile as well as the browser applications. On the server side, the Ktor is used for developing the microservices, web applications, managing server-side WebSockets, and much more. Now, here are a few reasons to use Ktor. The easiest argument winner for the Android developers out there is that Ktor uses a powerful language, that is Kotlin programming language, which reduces the learning curve for the developers and gives a head start in expanding our verticals. It leverages the power of concise and multi-platform programming language and coroutines feature, which taps on the better side of asynchronous programming. With a wide range of features and plugins that the Ktor provides, comes the flexibility to structure the applications as per our needs. Also, it manages to be lightweight by allowing the user to use only what the application needs. For example, we can use the authorization plugin only if our application needs it. Also, with its plugins, the server-side Ktor makes it simple to return the response in any client format, be it JSON or XML. I would highly recommend you to explore more on the plugins provided by Ktor. So Ktor widely uses the extension functions of Kotlin and it is extensible by itself. This means that we can write our custom plugin and load it into our application with ease. To build a Ktor application, we can choose between Gradle or Maven build systems, which we are again familiar with. And the best part about Ktor is that it is backed by the developers of Kotlin programming language, that is JetBrains. So we are sure to get top quality support from the support team, and it is also used in their internal projects. So by now we know that Ktor supports both the client side and the server side. Today in this video we will scratch the surface of the server side Ktor, see how to set up the project, include some plugins into the project, and run the finest code of all time, Hello World. Alright, to get started, we should have the IntelliJ IDEA installed on our machines, be it the community version or the ultimate edition. Then we should have the latest Gradle plugin installed on our machine and Kotlin. Now we'll head over to Ktor.io website. Then we'll head over to this docs section. As you can see, we have two options on the left side. We have Ktor server and we have Ktor client. We'll head over to Ktor server for this video. Then getting started, create a new Ktor project. They have given us a free sample here, which we can refer on their GitHub page. In the prerequisites, we can see that we can use the IntelliJ IDEA Ultimate Edition, and with that we can use the Ktor plugin. Now this Ktor plugin is not available in the IntelliJ IDEA community version. So for that they have provided this web-based project generator which will generate a sample project for us. When we head to this web-based project generator, it brings us to this website. We can name anything to our project that we want. For now, we'll keep it as is. We'll head over to this edges project settings. Here in the build system, we are given an option to choose between Gradle Kotlin, Gradle Groovy and Maven. We'll choose Gradle Groovy for the sake of this video. This website is essentially your domain of your project. You can keep it as per your requirement. Artifact, this would be your project structure that would be created. Ktor version, I would always recommend it to have the latest version of the Ktor. Now selecting the engine, this is basically your servlet container that would run your Ktor application. Then to choose between engines, we have Netty engine, we have Jetty engine, CIO, which is essentially coroutines based, Tomcat. So we'll go with the Netty engine as is. Then in the configuration, we have Hocon file and the code. I would highly recommend to choose the Hocon file because it gives you a configuration based file in which you can configure your application and the server. If you choose the code, in any configuration change, you will have to recompile the complete application, which is not the case in case of Hocon file. Now, what is a Hocon file? We'll just see in short. It is basically a human optimized config object notation, which is essentially a human readable file format. Okay. So we'll check this box to add the sample code. Then we have another option to add the plugins here. So we are given a lot of plugin options, which is security. Then we have routing. Then we have HTTP plugins. We have monitoring. We have templating, serialization, sockets and administration. So for now, for the Hello World project, we only want routing. So what routing does is it is responsible for all the requests that come to your Ktor server. Okay, so we will add this. Okay, now this plugin is added. Also, this project will add the dependencies in the Gradle file. We'll click to generate the project. And as you can see, I'm given a zip file that is downloaded. So I have it opened in my IntelliJ IDEA application. In here, I have it opened. This is my configuration that I'm using currently. In the Gradle.properties, I have my Ktor version. I have my Kotlin version, then logback version. Then I head over to build.gradle. In here, in the dependencies section, I have the Ktor server core, which brings in all the core dependencies of the Ktor. Then we have the Netty engine the engine that we selected during the project setup. This is the logback dependency, which is essentially for the logging of the server. We have two dependencies for the test, which would be used if we are writing the test cases for our Ktor application. Then we have the application file. In here we have the main function, okay, which uses the Netty engine. Then we have a application class extension function. So we have written a module function, which is an extension function to the application class. So like I said, the Ktor is heavily dependent on the extension functions. So we can see it here. Now we can also see a annotation used over here, which says suppress warning unused. So what IntelliJ does is at compile time, it will see whether this module function is called from anywhere in the application. So in the code, it will not be finding the module application called, and hence it would be marked as unused. So to avoid this, we are using this annotation. Why? Because we have called this module or used this module in our Hocon file, which is essentially this application configuration. So like I said, in the configuration file, we can do all the configuration for our application and for our server. So for the application, we are using the application class module method. And in the server configuration, we are using the default port, which is for the server applications 8080. Okay. You can avoid these errors for now. Okay, so back to the application class, we have this extension function here and we are calling some method which is configure routing. Now let's see what is this configure routing method. Now coming to the routing method, this routing is nothing but it is generated by the plugin which we added during the project creation. This is another extension function of the application class. What this is doing essentially is it is creating routes to which the application will be listening. We have the HTTP GET method over here, which will listen to any server request that is thrown at our server, and it will respond with a text hello world. So as you can see, we have the method respond text hello world. So we'll try and run this. So head over to application.kt file and just click this play button that we have, and let's see what happens. Okay, so as you can see in the run window at here in the bottom, we have this application which is listening to this URL. We'll simply click this and there we have it. Our hello world program is up and running. One more thing I would like to highlight you with this is any plugins that we add in our plugins section can be called from this application module. That's it for today's video, guys. Catch you guys in the next one. Hope you liked this video. Give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to the MeetKotlin YouTube channel. Thanks for watching this. Peace.